Hi, everyone. Welcome to our market update. My name is Vinnie. This guy over here.
David Wright, and I just love that intro because every time we play it, Vinny, it just makes me kind of get a little jam on. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm wearing a Dairy Queen shirt, it's just because of the sweet information me and Vinny give you guys. I just thought it's always a treat to be on the show with Vinny and all of our millions of fans. And I figure, why not represent it with a treat shirt?
Like you know what? We've been missing out on that for a long time of all the dad jokes, and I appreciate that. We come here for knowledge, but we also come here for our dad jokes. So thank you, David. Appreciate that.
You know, it's the little things that matter, my friend, and I'm just grateful to be here.
All right. Well, something that's not little, right, is this some crazy news that just came out last week. It's called the San Diego Black Homebuyer Program.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't know you were going to put this on air because, Vinny, me and you, we don't see color. We see everyone as the same. And so I feel deeply hurt that we're now going to identify each other based off skin tone.
Well, I mean, I'm just perplexed. I mean, it was brought to my attention. I think it came out last week, and I started looking more into it over the end of last weekend. And I've talked to multiple different people about it. And they're like, how can you? I mean, it's crazy that it's even called that. I mean, that because with the fair housing, you're not supposed to choose based off of color, skin, anything like that. It's gonna be very interesting. It's very new, so you're probably gonna see it more and more on social media. We're getting the facts of it. It started out with a 1.25, I think, grant program that someone donated. And you can get basically $40,000 to $70,000 for your down payment using the program. Besides that, not a lot of information through CalHalfa. The lender has to be CalHalfa approved. There's going to be a lot of nuggets that are going to come with it. Still very early with it. We'll see how long it lasts. 1.25 million is not that much too, so we'll see how long it stays there. But it's I think the name alone is grabbing people's attention.
The name alone hurts my soul. Because what happens to people like my daughter that don't fit in the box? What happens to people who are multiracial? What are they now? This is a very slippery slope. This is not a Sunday conversation. It's very tightrope, my friend, and I'm treading very lightly because I myself don't consider myself a certain color or whatever, but people assign me color.
You're white with a dash of red.
Oh my gosh, you just totally insulted me and called me a white boy. But my daughter is actually mixed with Filipino, Chinese, and since you said white and red, we'll say white and red. So what sort of fun do we have for her?
I mean, over time, I mean, more races coming together more, and this is not the topic for this thing.
Yes, let's get out of this conversation before. So since we're going down,
let's go to question time just to clean it up a little bit. Question time.
Wow, is Disney gonna sue you for that intro?
No, they're fine.
That's so magical. Right. It's unbelievable.
Who is the Padres pitching coach as of today? Okay, so to win $50, Padres pitching coach as of today. All right, so let's get into quick numbers. We started off on Rocky Road, Dairy Queen, Rocky Road.
Wow, okay, that was deep. That was deep.
Thank you. All right, so wait, he's a lender. I don't know what that one means. Oh yeah, what color you are? Your lender color.
Wow. Okay, well, then that means is that opaque? Or is it
I'm not sure.
Let's just wait a minute. Someone's calling me. Oh wait. It is not Tony Gwynn. They're not the pitching coach. So for this person who just sent me the text, it is not Tony Gwynn.
All right. Well, anyways.
You may want to research that, my friend.
Yeah, it's not the current pitching good. All right, so the numbers of new properties hitting the market have trickled down a little bit. I thought the 836 of last week was going to get into the nines. It's still at 836, so we'll see what happens. What happens next week if we jump up a little bit? But hopefully, we don't start getting into the consistently in the eights. I mean, usually during the holiday time, we start seeing the amount of properties going down. But you kind of look at last year's. I mean, we weren't really hitting that number until we actually got in September. So yeah, let's see, I guess, what happens next week. We've been consistently at about 3,000 properties on the market for the last couple weeks. Again, we need a lot more inventory to hit the market. So hopefully, and this is just me speculating immensely, is hopefully we're not seeing something to play out with like the Delta variant. I mean, I don't think that's the case yet. I mean, we don't have enough information to really to show that, but hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we can still keep get more and more inventory to hit the market, because if we start getting more into that shortage that we were a couple months back, well, you know how crazy that market was.
And just so we're clear, the Delta variant is actually another branch of the military. For those of you who are wondering, different branch. But I don't want to. I was diving down this rabbit hole, Vinny, but then I realized, why not talk about Jackson Hole? So Jackson Hole is actually where the Fed gets together and they talk economics. Why am I mentioning this? Because they're meeting this week. What are they going to talk about? Not Dairy Queen, not your new lender program, my friend. They're going to talk about tapering. And tapering, I do not mean tapering your clothes so you look really sharp. I'm talking about tapering back them buying mortgage-backed securities. So what does that mean for you? It means rates will go up. That's not good. The other thing that's going on this week, we have GDP getting issued. GDP.
Wait, let me give people a reference point. So roughly, if we're talking about us, and I gotta do the numbers again. It's been a little while, but roughly, if you're talking about a $600,000 home, if rates go up by 1%, roughly that monthly payment jumps up to basically a $660,000 home, roughly.
Yep, it's a big jump, and we're not going to see. Let me get my props here. Okay, listen. Am I going to disapprove of a rate increase? Unfortunately, we need to control inflation. So, unfortunately, rates got to go up. I mean, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you guys this, but they got to go up, because when they go up, we'll get more housing inventory, and then people will approve of this. And what does that mean? It means more people will be able to get a home and feel like this. Wow, that was amazing. But we also have GDP coming out this week. So for those of you who don't know what that is, that's gross domestic product. Why do you need to know this? Because we need GDP to come in strong. We have a lot of problems with backed up labor, backed up lumber, backed up materials, all this stuff making you spend more money on inflation, which is why the Fed has finally realized that things are expensive. So if rates start tapering, you're going to hear me and Vinnie start talking about your payments going up. So for those of you who are shopping right now, make sure you talk to your lender and your realtor about getting things done early, because if the Fed comes back and says they're going to start tapering, rates will slowly move up through the fall into winter, and that's going to be interesting time.
And remember, you're going to lock in the rate majority of the time once you're actually under contract. All right, so
that's crucial.
Yes. So if you're looking to purchase or thinking about purchasing and want to know what's possible, reach out to myself or David. We can at least give you a rough idea, rough numbers, see what's possible. Because if you're trying to lock in something now and you don't even have a property in mind, you might be behind the 8 ball.
You could be falling into a rabbit hole that you can't get out of.
All right. How long can you lock or do a rate lock for? Well,
30, 60, 45, 90, and 120.
It's just more money.
Everything costs money. Just like if you go to Dairy Queen and you want an extra scoop, it costs you more money. Average rate locks are 30 days for most lenders. A lot of people lock 45, but as Vinnie knows, when people are all closing escrows in 21 days or 17 days, your 30-day lock is standard.
Yeah. So it all costs money. You can do whatever you can. If you're willing to pay the piper. But anyways, we got 10 minutes, man. That 10 minutes went by fast. Hopefully you guys got some great nuggets. Please subscribe, please share, reach out to myself or David, and go Padres.
Make it a great day.